Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your night. Okay, guys, here's the thing. You guys know sometimes I like to have fun in my recordings, right? There's many different sides to me. Like I'm a whole ball of fun. But then there's times that I'm very serious and I play no games. And then there's times where when I'm convicted to share the message, the download, the prompting, I have to deliver it in a very serious tone. And this is one of these messages. Okay. You're not crazy. They're lying to you. You're not crazy. They're lying to you. One more time. You're not crazy. They're lying, manipulating, and gaslighting you. Listen. Where to tap in for the foolishness. Last season, maybe even the beginning of this new season, we had excuses, if you will. We were broken. We ignored red flags. We ignored spiritual disturbances. Now that you're healing, right? And God is bringing you or have brought you out of that dark place. Your discernment has been restored. In fact, it has never went anywhere, but it's just, getting where you fit in. Here's the crazy part, right? We all are human. So typically, everybody lies at some point. Some people just do it more than others. Some just is not intentional. You kind of just. But what I'm speaking about right now is they're blatantly lying, manipulating, and gaslighting you from an intentional place. It is to disturb your spirit because many people are sent, of course, from the enemy to delay your promises, to interrupt your destiny, to get you out of alignment. And it's all fun and games until God starts convicting your spirit. When God starts showing you truth, He's going to start showing you even more truth about people that you have already released and you thought you knew all the truth. It's way more evil, is way more lies that run deep, that either you intentionally dismiss because of what it hurt your feelings or whatever, to really ask God questions. But now you don't need to ask. He's going to bring it to you. You don't have to listen. When it comes down to a chosen one, it's great to ask God questions. God, reveal to me truth. God, show me this. God, such and such. But a lot of the times, He's going to bring it to your spirit without you asking. He needs to. He can't have people in mindsets tainting your spirit. He needs to use you. Some of you guys got people around you where you know what it is. You know what it is. You can tell yourself all day long, well, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe this, maybe that. Maybe that conviction wasn't about them, it was about this. You know what it is. See, as a chosen person, sometimes, right? A lot of the times when we meet a person, well, I'll speak for myself, but I know this to be for a lot of chosen ones that I know personally. Typically, when you meet a person, there's a boom. Instantly, your spirit is going to tell you yay or nay. We're not speaking about character flaws. We're speaking about their spirit, their motives, all that stuff. Spirits recognize spirits. As a chosen one, your spirit is pure. So this is why when you meet other chosen people, there's a connection with no hiccups. There's zero hiccups. When you meet someone sent by the enemy, there's going to be hiccups. Even if you feel comfortable around them, that can just be chemistry. That's not their spirit. In this season, a lot of chosen people are going to be used to expose narcissists and people with narcissistic tendencies, that lying, that scheming, that cheating, that scandalous type mindset. A lot of chosen people are going to be used. See, all along when the narcissist was sent to you, right? I actually made a recording on that yesterday. When the narcissist was sent to you, it was always about destroying you. Now it's time for you to destroy the narcissist. But you're not doing it on your own accord. Like, I can't really explain it in a fleshly sense of how I feel it in the spiritual, because it's not so much you trying to, because it's not in us. It's not in us to intentionally destroy somebody, right? We can't even do that when they play it up in our face and hurt us. That's not in us. So it's not us. It's a spiritual thing that has to happen. They're going to fall. But here we go. They're going to fall, but not because we did it. It's because they tried a chosen one. So the enemy tricked them. The enemy, well, he was confused too, because he didn't know it would backfire, because he'd been doing things for so long and got away with it. The shift is here. So all this time that chosen ones and empaths and just great-hearted people have just been taken advantage of by narcissistic people and narcissists, which is the majority of people. The chosen ones is a very, very small percentage. Truth is, many of them have gotten over on us. I'm not speaking about this season. I'm speaking about a lifetime. Many of them have gotten over on us because of our own hearts, our ability to serve and feeling that fulfillment when we serve. And don't get it twisted, right? That's there for a reason. We were just serving the wrong people. And so sometimes what happens a lot of the times with the chosen one is we're too busy in the sense of moving in purpose and calling, if you will, that sometimes when we meet a person, we kind of don't really put too much thought in it, because like Maybe they caught us at a time where we were just kind of like, I guess if I can say what I feel in my spirit, it can look like, okay, like at some churches, the pastors may come outside and greet. I don't see that often, but the pastors will like come outside and like greet their members, and like you have all these people. In one of my own conferences just popped up in my head too, because that happened to me. The same scenario at a conference I had, and after the conference, all these people were coming up to me like, "Oh, that message was for me," and "Oh my goodness." I mean, there's so many different people. There's different energies. I'm just like, and then there's one person like, "Well, can I have your number?" And I'm just like, "Here, sure." We're not tapped in at that point. We're spread too thin. As a chosen one, this is why we're always in isolation, because God knows when we're pulled too thin, people can creep in and we miss the mark. And then what happens is God will start convicting you about the person. But then what happens at that point, now that they're in, it's that great pure heart trying to, well, maybe they had a bad childhood. Maybe God sent them as an assignment and they can just follow me for 2 days and glean off of me, right? And granted, now there's going to be times where that happens, but that's not what I'm speaking about right now. And then God starts convicting you even throughout that process, and you're still kind of writing things off. Because at this point, you're not fully obedient. You're not even fully tapped in. But then at some point, God's going to remove the scale. And when he removes the scale, he's going to remove those scales from your eyes fully. Once God removes the scales from a chosen one's eye about a person, you will never in your lifetime, at least not in this lifetime, see that person the same. You will never trust that person. Your spirit will always be disturbed to the point that you don't even want that person around you. You will get to the point of disgust, because it's the mindset of, I was good to you. I was great to you. And you intentionally took advantage of. You intentionally lied. You intentionally manipulated. You intentionally hurt me. Intentionally. So at that point, it will go from somewhat of confusion. It's not even confusion. It's just a lack of, it will go from that to blatant disgust. Not hate, but disgust. This is why God calls us to protect our hearts. We keep missing the fact how rare we are. We keep missing the fact that the majority of the people in the world are selfish. They're manipulators. They're liars. So we keep trying to think that everybody thinks like us. No, if you want that, you got to find another chosen one. God is not disturbing your spirit for no reason. God is not waking you up in the middle of the night, 3 and 4 o'clock, for no reason. You know what it is. You know what it is to have a pure spirit. You're at the point now that you've already discovered peace. So you know what peace feels like. Why are you not at peace right now? God will keep disturbing your spirit and disturbing your spirit and disturbing your spirit until you get it. But that conviction will become more and more and more and more firm. You don't want to play with that. Once God starts being firm about a conviction, you don't want to play with that. right? Because sometimes he'll convict you. It's almost like he know you're slipping. He know you just came from a major attack. He knows you're at the lowest point that you can't even really hear the way you need. Like he knows that, right? So he's going to be patient and gentle, but it's going to get to a point where he makes that conviction so firm to you that after that, no matter what happens, you can't even blame him at this point. You can't put it on God because he's made it clear to you. Pull up a chair to the table. Meeting of the minds. Look them dead in their eyes and do not allow them to take their eyes off of your eyes. Demand they have eye contact. They can't do it. They can't do it. Their spirit, that demonic spirit, that demon in them won't even allow them to have eye contact with you because your spirit is too pure. Your spirit is powerful. So you disturb and you conquer that demon within them. They can't hold eye contact. Try it. Try it. Just try it. Call a meeting in the minds. Pull up 2 tables to the chair. Look them dead in their eyes. Here's your answer. Because if your spirit is pure, what's the problem? You know what it is, sis. You know what it is, bro. I know what it is. Lastly, prepare yourself. More truth will be revealed. God is going to keep disturbing their spirit so bad, right? And it's not that their spirit is pure, if you will, but that's between them and God, whatever, however that in Satan or whatever child, whatever they got going on. God is going to keep disturbing them so bad. Please get off my chair. That they're going to have to confess. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're going to confess 15% of the real truth. Rocco, please get off my chair. Get down. But it's okay. You don't need them to confess anything. You already knew what it was before they gave you 15% of a half truth. So why do you need the other 85%? God's going to give it to you. Prepare yourself, because when it comes out, it's going to be ugly. It's more people involved than you know. It's more lies and manipulation tactics more than you know. It's more disrespect and dishonor than you really know. Prepare your heart now. It's way more involved than you think. It is blatant disrespect and dishonor. And here's what's going to happen. everything will crumble at once. It's going to be a domino effect, meaning it's going to take one person, one situation. You guys know it's not dominoes, but what are the things when we're kids is like wood blocks, and you keep building like these little like boxing houses, and you stack them and they're like a 2-story building or something, but when you hit one they all fall. That's what I feel in my spirit. That's how it's going to be. But catch this. Ooh, child, this is good. Catch this. The one person who's going to start the downfall is going to be the very person they disrespected you with. So now you see how it goes back to God is going to use you to end them. So you won't, child. So you don't have to do anything. You're not going to be the one to hit the domino. That's not your job. We don't do that. You're not going to be the one that hit the domino or the building block to start the crumble. It's going to be the very same person who cared nothing about them, who was using them while they were using you, while you were giving your pure heart, your pure spirit, looking out, loving on. It's going to be the very person who they disrespected you with, and that person or persons cared absolutely nothing about them to begin with. And that's how their betrayal will happen. See, they betrayed you, but now they're about to be betrayed. When that domino effect happens, stay out the way. It is not your fight. Don't you try to save a soul. Let God do what God needs to do. You keep your hands clean and you fall back. And you remember what they did to you. You don't have to do anything. God's going to show it to you. So, Kizzy, how is it that God will use a chosen one to bring down a narcissist or a narcissistic personality when we don't have to do anything? That doesn't make any sense. It makes absolute sense. It's because the enemy tricked them and sent them to you. It's because they lied, manipulated, schemed, etc., on a chosen one. It's because of you. It is because of you. Because if they had done that to a regular person, think about it. They just didn't do this to you. This is what they do. But they've gotten away with it for a lifetime. Now, all of a sudden, you're about to see houses crumble. It's because they crossed you, a chosen one. They crossed you. So because of crossing you, the whole house is about to crumble. Just remember, go ahead and guard your heart now, because you're going to learn more truths. You know this is coming up. For an example, I had someone lie to me. I mean, I knew it was, I knew it was lies anyway, right? Speaking of that, listen, you already know that when the person is lying to you, right? Sometimes, listen, sometimes you ain't got to say nothing. Let them lie, right? You don't even have to sit here. Sometimes it's best not to even say anything, because if they're master manipulators, they're going to narcissists. They're going to take your words. They're going to screw them all up and twist them and turn them. They're going to make you look like you're the problem. They're the victim. Da, 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 da. So sometimes it's just to keep your peace. Don't say anything. Let them lie. Let them lie, but you're stacking your pieces, right? You're playing chess, not checkers. You're stacking your pieces. So when it's time to walk, you walk. Or when it's time to do this, that, and the third, if God says it, then you do what you got to do. But you stack your pieces. That's how you guard your heart. You don't dismiss a person when you know they're lying and they're doing this, that, and the third. You don't just dismiss that, right? You got to stack your pieces internally. So anyway, I had someone lie to me. Now, mind you, for whatever reason, God have shown me the reason actually last night. Whatever reason why this person decided to come out and give a very, very, very small percentage of the real truth, not last night, not that piece of truth came out last night. I'm trying to make a point that I'm not even a dreamer like that. Listen, this is how you know God want to send you things. He's trying to get certain messages to you, because he'll start hitting you in the areas of that you don't typically really hear, right? Like you might be somebody who get messages when you read your word. Now all of a sudden he's giving you dreams, or you may be a dreamer, but now he's making sure you're getting it through spiritual convictions and nudges and promptings. This is why you can't ignore convictions, because he's going to be sure that you get it. He's trying to prepare you for what's to come. He's trying to go ahead and tell you, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. Stay out the way. You better not try to play savior. So in the dream, clear as day, let me go ahead and prepare your heart, because some things are about to shift. And I'm going to show you right now everything. I'm going to expose to you everything. That way, when things happen, you're going to be so disgusted that you wouldn't even want to play savior. Prepare your heart. So I say again, you're not crazy. They're lying to you. But stay tuned. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.